Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be evolving a new custom solar system from birth to death. Now, it has been too long since we last did one of these, in all honesty. I think it's been 2 months. A lot of people have been suggesting let's do another one. It's been on my log of ideas to do. I just got caught up with other projects, unfortunately. But now we're finally here, we're getting into it. So without further ado, we're going to hop straight into the action and begin evolving a new system. So if you don't know what an evolving birth to death system is, it's where we create effectively a brand new solar system with young planets. Sometimes we do the planetary disk where all the planets form, the massive disk of dust and rock. We'll do that for this one as well. We increase the simulation temperature, so we make it like a system's effectively forming. We customize the planets how we want them, let it all cool down. Obviously the star in there, it's a very young star at the beginning of one of these. But once it's all, dust is all settled, put it that way, once that's all done, we start to ramp up the star a bit. We make it larger and more bright, and effectively we keep going until the star explodes or gets too large, becomes a red giant, and it gets pretty exciting. So we see how orbits change. We can see orbits getting ejected because we like to run these simulations pretty fast. So the orbits change. We can get planets crash other ones out of the system completely, get ejected, all that good stuff. But without further ado, let's hop into it. So the star, what should we use as our base star for this instance? I'm thinking maybe Pollux here. I'm going to de-evolve Pollux down. So it's got 2 masses of sun currently. It's currently an orange giant stage. What I'm going to do is, obviously right now it's too large. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this to density. Like so. We're going to lock the mass. And now all we're going to do is basically make the star younger. So we're going to lower this down. I'm going to put the age to 0. So we're going to make it effectively a brand new star. I don't know if the age stat actually does anything, to be honest. But we're going to lower it all down until it's effectively a baby star. So compared to what it originally was, if we look at sun radius now, where are we? Radius of Jupiter, sun radius. So now we're looking at half the size of the sun. So this is effectively our new protostar. So we've got Pollux here. Now what I'm going to do is tools, little secret trick. I kind of like doing this. We've started doing this in the last sort of few versions of this. We need to go to simulation settings, isn't it? We're going to increase that background temperature. This always makes things interesting. So it's effectively, when you spawn the planets, it is like they are forming. So we're going to put it up to, I don't know, 600 maybe, just so the background isn't too red. We're going to leave it like that. Now, first of all, Pollux, we're going to put a massive disk of asteroids around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the asteroid belt. Where is it? There he is. We're going to make it from effectively 0 radius, and we're going to put it all the way out to say 50 AU maybe. Where are we? So 50 AU. There you go. Add it to the star. It says now a ring of material around the star. Very cool. So we'll have like an inner one, and I guess we'll have like an outer one as well, or an outer one. So we'll have an inner one. So we'll go up to maybe 5 AU, and again add another ring in there. So there you go. You got sort of we could probably do another one, actually. Let's go with, say 20. And add another ring in there. So there you go. So you got like a nice bunch of material orbiting the star. So if we press play, or it already is playing, perfect. Let it speed up. You can see here that there is the creations of a system. We've got our massive planetary disk. And now this is where planets will start to form. Look at the temperature of some of these guys. Now, how luminous is the star out of the box as well? We need to have a look at that. So we don't want it being 44 luminosity as sun. So immediately we need to put that down to maybe 0.7 suns. It's a baby star. It should not be having bright luminosity like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to increase that simulation a little more, because I want those particles to sort of be glowing hot. Can we make them glow hot? They're at 700 right now. Okay. I don't know that we'll be able to have them really glowing from the visible screen anyway. So you can see here the temperature of the object changes to whatever I put the background temperature as. So anyways, we'll leave that alone. So there is our planetary disk with all our stuff around it. So now that's just for the visuals. But now we can start to actually place objects in here and let them form. So what are we thinking? Let's go with random Rockies on the inner system. So let's go with an object spawning maybe around 0.8 AU. Have that as our closest planet to the star here. Let's slow down time a bit. Have a second rocky planet. Let's place it there. The third one. Again there. We'll go 4, maybe 5. Well, no, you know what? I'm going to go with a random gas giant as our 5th planet there. We'll go with 5. They're going to go with another rocky. We're going to go 6. And over here, I'm going to place the big one here. This will be the dominant gas giant, probably. I'm going to place that maybe there. And then a second gas giant, I'm going to place it within a similar orbital plane. I'm going to place it there. Then we'll take a bit of a jump. We're going to go with another one here. Another gas giant maybe there. And then I'm going to go with maybe another rocky planet kind of thrown in the mix there. Another rocky here. And then that kind of goes to the edge of our sort of disc range. So I'm going to place maybe a second one sort of on the edges there. And then we're going to go some random random moves. These effectively are going to be sort of dwarf objects. So I'm going to spawn them all sort of around this outer region here. And then we're also going to place some maybe dwarfs in the center system as well. We're going to place maybe 2 in this. So that gives us a rough lineup of objects. So if we look here, they're all in their forming phase, as you can see, all glowing hot. Nothing particularly interesting as of yet. So there we go. And maybe, to make things interesting, do we go for second star? I'm thinking maybe a red dwarf, or maybe we're going to go for a brown dwarf. Let's go with Gasser. Let's go with Gasser, brown, or red. That's the one I normally like to use. So we're going to have a brown dwarf in the mix on the edge reaches of the system as well, I think. I'm going to place one maybe there. So a secondary, effectively a secondary star that has came into place. I'm going to form it right on the edge of the disk there. So there you go. So this was at 50 Jupiter mass, already quite a large fundamental object. But there it is. So, going down here. Got all these asteroid parts as well. I believe this here is what I want to be the dominant gas giant. I'm going to pull it up to. I think 9's a little too much. I'm going to leave it around maybe 6.8 Jupiters as our dominant gas giant here. So as we can see, here he is. So before we get to customizing, we probably will want it to cool down. But there it is for the time being. Looking good. So, bands, there you go. So not the most interesting looking object yet, but we will get to customizing once everyone is sort of up and running here. So we've got the inner planets here. You can see got a interesting lineup so far. I do remember that one of them we wanted to do from a previous video. We wanted to do planet 15 and planet 5 combination on the list here. So let's go with that and that. We'll do one with 15 first and then 5 on the second one as well. And we'll see how that ends up. Cool. Alright, so we've got both of those in. So the rocky planets don't look the most interesting things. We've got 2 gas giants of very similar planes there as well. Or do I have that as the dominant? No, because I think I wanted the... hang on, I'm actually going to scratch that. That's going back down to maybe 0.8 Jupiters. I want the dominant to be this one. So let's make it bigger. 7.8. I want it around 6.8, don't I? There you go. Cool. And then the second gas giant there, I'm going to put this at maybe 2. So it could be a bit of a trouble in that region. So as we know, I'm going to mark the dominant gas giant with a bright colour so we know which one it is. So I'm going to go with a bright sort of orange. And then the secondary gas giant, we'll put that maybe as a yellow. And then this gas giant had some decent mass as well, so we'll also give that a kind of a trail there. Further out, got some more gas giants. We'll go maybe a greenish shade for you. And then obviously at the very far distances we did have some other gas giants. So we're going to probably, we'll form those into ice giants once we get to it. So there you go. I think there was maybe another ice giant out there somewhere, wasn't there? But anyways, we'll see how we do. So there we go. Let's just run the simulations. We're in very, very early days here. But keep an eye on those orbits because there could already be changes with all of these orbits. Some of these orbits being quite close together. There you go. That is effectively our young system curated. So I'm going to go off the def. So B to D. Replace the old one. We no longer need that. Cool. Okay. So let things play out. And you can already see changes. We can already see it. The brown dwarf is already trying to attract objects towards it from that had formed around the star itself. You can already see orbits are being bent and buckled. We can see changes already. And that's the joys of these systems. They are live systems. There is nothing that stays the same for too long, effectively. These systems are always changing. And that's why they're awesome. An active live system that you can customize while it's all playing out. Absolutely love it. And I know you guys do as well, because a lot of people have been asking to bring it back. And I've been looking forward to doing it. It's been a while. So here we are. You can see it's already attracting some of those outer dwarf planets. The brown dwarf is slinging them in, and that could shoot them into the brown dwarf. We can already see there's massive changes in the early regions of this system. The 2 gas giants are brawling it out. The dominant gas giant has obviously won the battle, and it has slung that other gas giant into the outer reaches. Now, could that get picked up by the brown dwarf as it slings around? We will see. But we can already see fundamental changes. as this system plays out. But now we're running simulation, or the system effectively is formed. So we are now going to cool down the background as the formation period is effectively over. So we're going to lower this down back to the normal sort of, I think it's normally around 0.2, isn't it? So we'll lower that back down. So the background temperature has cooled down. The planetary disk is also going to disappear as the planets are now formed. So all that material has been effectively eaten up by all of the planets. So this is what we'll end up with now. Again, we're going to throw a save immediately over that, as that is now obsolete. So here you go. So we've got the young Pollux star with a nice new system around it. And we can already see there's already changes. There's trouble. But now, as everything has calmed down, we can now get to customising each planet individually. So we're going to start off with the closest planet here. So right now, we're currently cold. But that probably won't last for long. So this world here, the closest planet to the star, has actually formed with some oceans on it. And if we look at Pollux here, now we're out of the protostar phase, we will give it a slight buff to luminosity. So if we look here, that's its current zone. We're going to buff it up to maybe a little higher, maybe 0.78. Just a little buff to begin with, as it is a young star. So here we go. So the first of the planets. So here it is right now. So what is actually? Is that just a massive ice ocean? It is a whole ocean. Okay, interesting. So a world of ice. Now I don't really think that is really going to be what we want as our closest planet. So I'm actually going to eradicate all that water immediately and get rid of it, because I don't believe an object like this should really have water when it's going to be the closest. So we're going to leave that. So I'm feeling maybe it's already got an atmosphere, so that could be an interesting. I'm going to build it like maybe a Mercury-Venus hybrid of some kind. So we're going to give it the craters of Mercury, mix of what it's already got. So is that planet 11? So we're going to maybe throw in a Tethys, maybe a Tethys texture. So it's picked up quite a lot of craters. So yeah, we'll stay with that. So we'll go Tethys and then maybe Venus as a combination. That could be an interesting duo. So here we are. Like those clouds for now. Let's actually see if we can see underneath it. So that's the surface. I'm also going to make the terrain a little more interesting. Where's those Tethys craters? Can we see them? So that's the Venus texture we're looking at effectively there. The Tethys texture's effectively not as potent as the Venus texture, but it is there. Let's give it a full rotation. Let's have a proper look at it. So there you can see the big craters of Tethys all slung in there as well. See if we can spot the giant crater. I'm not sure if we can actually. I don't see it. It'll be there somewhere. But you can see the craters. Oh, you can see a few of them are around. I can't see the big crater though on Tethys, which is a bit annoying. I'm not sure where it is. Oh, is that it there? Oh, there you go. It is there. Yeah, you can see it. Just have to make sure you look carefully. But it was there. It's kind of buried in with the Venus texture when we spawn that in as well. But yeah, we've got a nice sort of mix of the two. There you go. You can see all the Tethys craters flung in there. But there we go. So we've got that. Obviously, it has the atmosphere. That's the clouds. Atmosphere, I'm going to go with maybe a slight orange. But not too intense, because it is still going to be a sort of, maybe a bit of Titan thrown in here as well. That Titan orange, maybe. Maybe we'll do a two-tone. So I'm going to go with, turn this up a bit. Give it that to effect. Why would I do the red side? Nah. Maybe a slight tint to it, but not too much. So it's like that. So I'm gonna have a slight blue two-tone to it as well. Give it that interesting look. What's it rotating at? 10 days. I'm going to slow that down a bit. Make it rotate in 2 days. A little faster. Not obviously like your traditional Mercury or Venus. Clouds. And then surface colours. What are we thinking? So, base colour. We want obviously as custom. Well, that really changes things up. Okay. Have a little look underneath. So there's a blue area there. That's obviously a prominent colour. If we darken that down. Give it a look like that. How does that look? You can see the craters properly now. So it's a pretty, obviously a heavily cratered world. So there you go. With a mysterious atmosphere on top of it. Clouds. I'm going to make them dark. Mysterious. We're going to turn up and we're going to go turbulent and maybe thick. Maybe double thick. Make it a mysterious world underneath. Of a bizarre origin. Of a strange atmosphere. So there you go. So a bit of a bizarre world to begin with. Not really something we've really gone for. It's like a Tethys, Titan, Mercury hybrid. I kind of want to call it now. Maybe less than a Venus. Hasn't got really the thick atmosphere of the Venus. But we will see how it progresses as time evolves. As obviously this is the closest planet to the star. So we will see that trouble won't be far away. Infrared, we're going to turn it up. Give it a bit more out. So it doesn't have the craziest atmosphere in the world, but that may help it in the long run. We will see. We will see. So ATM, what is it? It's only 0.6. So maybe it will be able to hold on. As you can see, it's not actually in the zone yet. But I will give that a slight buff. I'm going to put it maybe to 3. So there is your first initial planet curated. Looking good. But still, a strange world. Very, very strange world to start with there. So there you go. Next planet out. Taking quite a jump. So we've got another cratered, battered world here. What's going on here? So, never a big fan of those cratered. So that's 5 and 15, isn't it? Yes. So obviously a nice mix of different bits in there. There you go. Yeah, I believe it was 5 and 15 though as the one that someone had curated, which I like the inspiration from. So we're going to go with that. Okay, so terrain, I'm going to turn that up. I'll show those cracks and stuff. Yeah, okay. Craters aren't as prominent as I would have wanted though. Oh, that's better. Yes. There you go. Okay. Again, custom colours. Dark spots. Maybe a Mars kind of pinkish shade to it. Or maybe a bit of yellow and a red kind of shade. See how it turns out. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, I quite like the way that looks actually. That's quite menacing looking in a way. What about this colour? Ooh, okay. Maybe more of an orange look to it. That pale kind of Marsy kind of red thrown in there. Interesting design. Interesting design. I'm actually going to give it a light layer of water as well. So add materials. We're going to go with a very, very low amount of water, but we are going to add a bit of water here. So we're going to go Earth Ocean mass. Maybe just one. Let it settle down. Okay, sea level's way too high, so we're going to put it there. Oi, behave. What's all this all about? Where's our water gone? Oh, yeah, probably could do with an atmosphere first. That would probably help, wouldn't it? Let's go over 1.3 ATM. There you go, help him out. Looking good. So add materials again. Oh, we've got nitrogen added in there as well. Now we can add our little water. So let's go with 0.01. There you go. Now it's hanging on. We're going to go with a bit of maybe a bit of methane. Throw that in there. A bit of ammonia. Nitrogen's already in there as well. Looking good. Oxygen. Throw a bit of that in there. Throw a bit of argon. Maybe a little bit of carbon dioxide in there as well. Give it a right big mix of different things. So there you go. See the world's struggling to form. We're going to settle stabilise phases. That will help it out. Equalise the gas. Settle liquid stabilise phases. So pretty just I think that's just the atmosphere being a little buggy, isn't it? Let's just lower that down a bit. What is it? Why is it bugging out? It's like the atmosphere being weird. 169. I don't think that's really maybe a little too much. I think it was threw a lot of stuff in at once. It didn't know what to do with itself. So put it back to roughly what I wanted. 1.3. There you go. Now it's holding on a bit better. So let's look at the phases. Stabilise, settle, liquid. Right, there should be some sea level in there. What exactly is it? Where's our water gone? The water is there. It's currently frozen. Minus 105 degrees. So obviously we need a bit of temperature. And right now we're not getting that. So we are on orbit of a young star, aren't we? So we're not getting the light we need. It's 1.83 distance away. So quite a big distance between the inner planets. So it will take a while for this world to actually wake up in a way. We will not see it habitable for quite a while. Once it needs to evolve first. So I'm going to go with a nice green with a two-tone blue, giving it that effect, which is always a nice looking combo to go with. But right now it's a world in waiting. It needs that temperature to really wake up and become a good looking world. So we'll give it a little green just to help it in the future. Some green and brown, then we'll go with like the light sandy yellow. Throw it all in there, but it's a world in waiting at the moment. Let's go with maybe some storm and thick clouds. Oh, this is turbulent, there you go. So a world currently waiting to be woken up by the star's temperatures. So this is a waiting game for you. Let's give it a nice greener looking trail. There you go, second planet done. Third planet out, what's this? Another created world. Oh yes, we did design it, I think, didn't we? Oh no, we didn't design this one. So there you go. So I'm thinking with you, I'm going to make you a full ball of water kind of world. So we're going to go in and hit hard with the water. We're going to put this up a bit. Oh yes, we need... You always remember to do the atmospheres first, people. So, actually we could probably build one ourselves if we actually add in the elements we need to add that. Oh, go on a bit. Oi, oi. Come on. Go a little higher. Give it a nice big load of stuff. As you can see, that's what we want. A nice big load of water in there. Bit of nitrogen. Throw that in there. Ammonia. Methane. See how that sorts itself out. But water's also going to be the prominent element in there. So it's going to be pretty heavy. Obviously, this is going to be underwater, all of this. We want that ocean level to be at max when that does appear. So right now, it's like that. But I think that's going to freeze over time, isn't it? It's very reflective. I'm going to lower that. What's its ATM stats? Make it a little higher. 1.07. Leave the rest alone, because that will freeze over time. Minus 172 degrees. So if I stabilise phases, that should just freeze, which it will. Yes, there you go. Give it a nice blue. Again, a world that needs to be awoken. It's ended up that way, but it doesn't have the temperature just yet to really become nice looking. So there you go. So give it a nice blue colour to go with there. Next up, what have we got over here? This is one of the smaller dwarf worlds, possibly. We'll give it some customization, but we're not going to go in depth with it. So I'm going to go with maybe a Rhea and a Mercury. Should be an interesting combo. Okay, right, so get that Rhea texture thrown in there. There you are. Okay, and then go down here. Turn that terrain up a bit. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, okay. I'm seeing more Mercury than Rhea though. Let's give it Rhea a bit more. Where's Rhea's good old? Come on. There you go. That's a bit more of it there. You can see it now. That Mercury texture does like to take hold of it, doesn't it? We'll get there. I guess we've got a combo between the two. Now you turn the terrain up, you should see a bit more of it. Nice. Then again with you, we'll go with custom. Oh, we've got that weird glitch where you can only see one of the options. There you go. Dark, and then... there you go. So it's just a random dwarf planet. They can't all be fancy, so leave that alone. This world has some sort of atmosphere on it as well. Could be a potential world in the future. See what add a bit of water can do. It already does contain some water. Let's turn it up a bit. Oh, that's a lot, isn't it? But again, stabilize those phases, everybody. Settle liquid, stabilize. Give it a bit of sea level for when it eventually has a sea level. Albedo, make it reflective. There you go. Atmosphere is 0.2 ATM. I'm going to turn that up a bit. There you go. So again, a world that could be a potential good place in the future. We will see. If it lives to tell the tale, of course. Because in these systems, things get unpredictable. The orbits are already being changed. So here we go. So this is the first of the gas giants here. This is the 0.86 Jupiter one. So, what are we looking on colours? No, I'm not liking the blue, I have to say. Let's give it a little more. Let's go with that yellow shade it was kind of using. Let's go with that. Let's copy that and let's paste that into some of these other options. Kind of like a golden yellow look at the moment. That orange is way too much. Oh my god, that is way too overkill. Be a pale blue of some kind mixed in with the yellow. That could be an interesting duo. So I'm not going to go like making those insane gas transfers. We would be here literally for hours. So we'll go with just some simple designs just to give it some variety. There you go. Yeah, it's not bad actually. It's only a quick little build, but yeah, not too shabby. Let's control copy, paste those colours in there. So a mix of blue and yeah, a blue and gold kind of shade. I'm thinking maybe a little more gold actually thrown in there. A little too much blue going on. I want gold to be the prominent colour, so there you are. Not bad. We're going to make it rotate fairly fast. There he is. Okay, so the first of the gas giants. Right, now we've got this over here. This is the dominant, the 6 mass Jupiter. So the pretty nasty. It's tilted on his side as well. Okay. Visuals, yeah. It's a bit weird how the colours are kind of falling off the screen there. Okay. Right, so. Maybe show some red bands in. See how we get. See what we come up with. See what we come up with. Because it always be come up with just a random good-looking one, just by adding a few different colours. I think maybe the red and the oranges make it look a little more menacing. Don't want the red being too prominent though, but we'll see what it kind of sorts itself out as. There you go. Not sure on that white though. Actually, maybe not the red actually. Let's darken that down. Not sure about that either. Yeah, definitely no blues. We'll keep it in the oranges. That dark band across. What do you think on that? Not too shabby. Obviously it's basic, not too much overkill there. I'd have a few more bands in. There you are. So you just see what we come up with, really. Just in a quick little build. Obviously, we're not going too in depth in design. Oh, the red and the I say the red, the black and orange cream colour spirals. That could be not too shabby of an option. The grey colour mixed with the cream colour. Interesting. Darken those bands a bit. What's that colour there? Let's get rid of that. Something like that. What are we thinking? Be a little more colour enhanced on some of those shades. Turn up a bit. There you go. I'm going to leave that alone for now. So it's a different. Not sure it's my exact favourite design I've made, but there we go. We'll leave that alone for now. The second dominant gas giant has been slung all the way over here already, so not a good start. We will see how we size. I'm going to give it more of a bluer tint, maybe. Make this more of the ice version. Double it up a bit. There you go. Those colours, so just random shades of blue thrown in there. That colour there is a big one. That colour's a little too much, isn't it? Let's just dim it down a bit. It's almost green in appearance, so let's go get a little more on the blue end of the spectrum. Very nice. But random blues kind of thrown in there. Maybe another white one at the bottom. Make that a little more pale. That's the main shade of blue, isn't it? Yeah, okay. It's almost turquoise in appearance, but there it is. We'll leave you alone. Yeah, maybe I'll make the whites a little more of a kind of a mix of a gas and an ice giant together. So we'll make the more pale colours, just sort of pale yellows. See how that turns out, and then with you as well, make that a little more pale. Yeah, no. Yeah. How's that looking? A bit of gas and ice giant mixed in together. That bottom could do with a little more yellow kind of thrown in. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Again, I'm not going to spend hours making all of those because we will literally be here for absolutely ages. So, there you go. Not too bad. Obviously, let's throw a save in while we're here as well. There we go. Okay. Cool. Not too shabby. Right. Now we have one of the ice giants over here, so again, I'm going to make this one nice and quickly here. Just nice blues. That's all we need. It is all you need. So we'll go with blue, blue, blue. That's already got blue. That's annoying. I keep clicking out of that and it keeps doing it. You make that a little more pale. Make the bottom colour and be a deeper blue as well. It's kind of an aquatic looking gas giant there. Deeper blues at the top and bottom. Maybe a deeper blue in the middle as well. Gives it an interesting blue and green look. Now, is there any more gas giants we haven't customised? That's everything. Oh, there is one other one. Yeah, where's that? And that's the... Oh, we did customise this guy, didn't we? Or did we? No, I don't think we did. So, here we are. Maybe you have the all-pale planet in here as well, just like Uranus. So, the one-banded wonder. Let's make it maybe a green, almost a green shade. There you go. Keep it in line with that. So there's your lineup now. Interesting. So here we go. So that is where we got. So the brown dwarf is not the largest thing in here. See, some of these other ones, the brown dwarf is not the largest. It's got the mass, but it's only half a Jupiter in size. Let's give it a little buff, I think. Density. So we're going to lock that. We're going to make this a little bigger. I think the brown dwarf should be a little more prominent than that. There you go. I think maybe that would make more sense, really. But obviously, dominant gas giant's the largest. If we go by mass. So there you go. So yeah, effectively the edge will get smaller. That rocky planet's pretty big, isn't it? Look at them. 11 masses of Earth. Let's lower that down. Damn, that's way too big for my liking. Give that a bit more in this guy as well. So there you go. So an interesting lineup for sure. That's the one card for that was the second dominant. This was the one closer to the star. Lower that down a little bit, make that radius a little smaller. Give you a different lineup so everyone's not all the same size. There's that cool one from earlier. Make you a little bigger. Get some super Earths kind of thrown in the mix as well. That one's spinning quite quick, isn't it? But there you go. I'm thinking there's your lineup. Interesting size range. Also, we go to radius. Get slightly different looks to it, but there it is. Also, you got some more default looking rocks thrown as well, because they can't all be fancy. So here we are. Now, customization creation is complete. Refresh. Now we can actually get to evolve in the system itself. So let's do this. As we begin the big long evolutions. Here we go. Everyone's all been customized. Some of them could be ejected real fast, and if they're ejected, they are deleted instantly from the simulation. So we will see how this plays out. Gas red. We're going to give you a little more of a prominent trail color so we can actually see it. It's that brown dwarf there. There you go. So look how it's already changed. That gas giant's wobbling everything around the red dwarf there. Brown dwarf, I should say, is ripping things around as well, causing problems. That's exactly the carnage we like to see. Yeah, that's looking cool. Oh, it's pulled. It has pulled the gas giant away, and there you go. Immediately, that second dominant gas giant being slung away by the sister planet, the main dominant gas giant, is slung it all the way over here already. Oh, it's a disastrous start for this guy. That's a huge, huge upset there for any fans of the second gas giant. So there you go. And red dwarf, or red. I'm gonna have to call it Gas of brown. I'm going to keep calling it red dwarf. So the brown dwarf is causing chaos as well. Look at this. It's already slinging things out. That could be completely out if he's has the bad misfortune. So you can see it's ripping those outer planets around. You can see the ice giant probably isn't safe either with that brown dwarf there, causing havoc, absolute havoc. The inner system seems okay for the time being. As we can see here, everyone's very, very cold though. Pollux does need to evolve its size, so we're going to start to make Pollux bigger. So we're going to slowly increase it up. We're going to go up. There you go. Luminosity, we're going to push it to 1.2 suns now. So we'll slowly start to give everyone that temperature. We can see here, it's slowly warming up. We'll see if that goes above. Second planet out, 282 degrees. I don't know how that suddenly reached 282 when it was frozen earlier, but we will see what is going on here. So that ATM probably is. Maybe a little too much going on there. Where's the atmosphere layers gone? Greenhouse effect is huge on it. So you can see here, though, let's have a closer look on it. So this was absolutely frozen up. So what is exactly going on here? Because I think that may have gone a little too much. But you can see, though, it's looking pretty good. Got little patches on it. Now it's warmed up a bit. So what's the main problem here? We've got a bit of carbon dioxide, haven't we? Sea levels there. Make it a little more reflective. I don't believe that this should be that insane already. Infrared. Where's those layers? There you go. That's the problem. We don't want 100 layers. Get out of that. I think maybe 2 or 3 is what we put it on, wasn't it? That'll help the problem out. There you go. Cool down, my friend. You should not be that high already. Let's give it a little bit of a manual reset. Put it to 50. That should hopefully help it cool down. So there we go. So we can see a little tease of what it should be looking like in the future once it all warms up properly. So we can do a quick adjustment while we're here. Actually, and lower that down. Oh, hello. So it should, in theory, look more like this in the far future once the star warms up properly. So it's got this green sort of texture on it as well. Give it a bit more contrast, maybe. No, terrain up. I think that's probably the colour you want more, isn't it? Almost like a swamp-like looking world in a way. Lots of green going on. Let's fade that out a bit and make this maybe the green. Make that maybe more of the desert kind of looking colour. It's got the green patches, isn't it? Yeah, it's got the green. Yeah, okay. There you are. But yeah, we'll leave that alone. So that world should be effectively freezing now. Let's put it straight to 0, just see where it... There you go. So it should look more frozen for the time being. So there you go. So we'll let that world sort itself out. I don't know why the sea level keeps changing up though. That's a bit annoying. We'll let it slide there. Give it a bit of maybe different ocean colour as well. See how it looks. Well, it's very blue, isn't it? Let's make it a little more. Alright, yeah, let's leave it alone. We'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. So there you go. So that's sorting itself out at the moment. This guy's all frozen. See, that's how it should be. It hasn't reached the starlight yet. And then obviously these guys are all going to be frozen as well. So a bit weird out of that world just suddenly decided, oh, I'm going to go absolutely insanely hot. But there you go. So we've evolved Pollux though, so we can see this guy's at 1 degree. It is warming up now. The closest planet. But as we know, the closest planet did have some nice materials on it, but it's not really going to work with that star being there. So there you go. Underneath the atmosphere, you can see the 2-tone atmosphere looking pretty cool. Going to maybe lower the blue down a bit. It looks a little too blue. But there it is. Very nice. Actually, I think the 2-tone actually is what I want to do. Was actually I want to get the red one, wouldn't I? And then make this more of an orange. Then just maybe fade that out a bit more. It's always quite hard to get some of these right sometimes. Let's see. Was it maybe the... Just want a nice orange. That slight 2-tone to it. There you go. I think that's maybe what I was more looking for. Not too much, but just so it looks more deeper orange and a bit more light orange at the equator area, giving it that Titan kind of look to it, which is pretty nice. So, a bit of a Titan feel. Yeah, I think we do need to send a little the spectrum a bit more. Something like that. There you go. Looking good. Right, we'll leave that alone. Right, that's should be enough for the customizing for the time being. So again, let's continue evolving the simulation before we finish up for today, because I think we've been going for quite a while, haven't we? Let's have a look there. Oh yes, so yeah, we'll get close to finishing up this episode. But here we go. So you can really see this. Speed up time a bit. See how everyone does. You can see it there. Yeah, those gas shine orbits not looking too good. Some of them, especially that yellow one. I don't believe his orbit's going to last too much longer. We see that. Oh yeah. More objects being slung around, not looking great. Ejections will be a big thing of this system by the looks of it. Brown Dwarf is just picking up everything. Maybe picking up its own planets as well at this point. Has got some orbits around it. Oh, I'd like to see the dominant gas giant and the Brown Dwarf do get out, because that dominant gas giant is probably causing more chaos in turmoil in this part of the system as well. Anything that gets too close will get pretty slung out. There you go. So we're really getting Sedna-like orbits already. And all these orbits were circular to begin with, so you can just see the amount of changes. We've run for 5,000 years of simulation time already, so it's no small feat. You know, we are getting places. Well, let's have a lot of evolution. And see, because I reckon stuff will be slung. Something's gone. Something is out. 2 things are out. Look at the gas giant's gone as well. We've lost that already. I think we lost 2 gas giants from this system, so we can see the absolute chaos has cleaned out a lot of the stuff in this system here. Where's our inner planet's going to be losing inner planet? Oh man. Let's have a look. Oh, he's still there. Yeah, okay. It's just the inner planet's orbit has wobbled around a bit. You can see, look at all this. Pretty chaotic. With that gas giant being there, that's 6 Jupiter mass. That is a huge, big object there. And you can see it has slung out a lot of stuff. So, even though we did spend time customizing, we have to delete all of these. They are finished. So where did that one ever go? Oh, they are. Some of them are long gone, aren't they? That's out. Not sure where that other gas giant's gone. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. So that's long gone as well. The second gas giant, that is out. So there you go. So that now leaves us with this. So remaining objects. So we've already had a massive exodus clean out of all of those low mass objects. And that's the way it can turn out in some of these. We've had quite a chaotic start with a lot of objects being slung around. But now we'll have to see if the system can calm itself down. Or if more chaos will unfold. We will see. But anyways, you have to stay tuned for the next episode to see. So that will send everybody. Hope you've all enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button. Let's see if we can go for 150 likes on today's video for the return of evolving a custom system from birth to death. I know you guys always enjoy these. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments as well. Subscribe if you're new. Helps on the journey to 40,000 subscribers, as we are less than 900 away now. We're getting so close. It'd be absolutely amazing if we can get it before the end of August. So make sure to press that subscribe button. And yeah, that all said and done. Make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.